Hi everybody, happy Tuesday. I'm a couple of days late, but better late than never. It is a little after 12 o'clock on Tuesday, September 21st, 2021. My name is Natalie Gramley and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Reading, Pennsylvania. And I have a fun fold card for you today. It is just a couple of weeks left in celebration, and there are some really cool rewards for putting in an order. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator currently and would like to see any of the current catalogs, please message me below and I will get them out to you. If you're local, I can hand deliver them or I can mail them if you're not local. We have Zoom classes coming up on Sunday, the end of the month, and a live class on Monday or vice versa. I have to take a look. And if you're interested in those, please let me know. If you spend $50, you can get a level 1 hostess set and qualify for a free class and come and craft with others. So hope to see you there. And I'm going to take you down to the desktop and we are going to do a fun fold card today. All right, so if you do have a catalog or go online and you want to place an order to get a celebration set, then our current hostess code is AQPZRKBG. So hopefully that's in camera. So that is the current host code. And I do have orders going in this week. All right, so we are going to take a really pretty fall color. This is Cherry Cobbler. And I am going to take an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and we are gonna cut it. Actually, we're gonna score it first at 5.5. Then we're going to rotate it and we are going to cut it at 4.25. So that gives me 2 cards scored and cut in half. I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to make that crease a little better. Then we're going to open it up and I'm going to take and cut one of these sides at 2.25. That gives me a smaller flap, and then I'm going to take and we are going to take the matching color of Cherry Cobbler and we're going to take the Gorgeous Leaves stamp set from the current mini catalog, and I am going to take the wood grain stamp and I'm going to stamp just this flap just to give it a little texture. All right, and I'm going to turn on some lights. So all I have on is, I just have the window open. So hopefully you can see that a little bit better. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take that to my stamp cut and emboss, and I'm going to take the small rectangular stitched rectangle die, and I've already taken that. I didn't stamp this sample before I took and embossed it, so really quickly I'm just going to take and do that again. All right, so now we've got this card with a shortened flap and an opening, and then I am going to take and cut a piece of early espresso, and I'm going to take a piece of white. And the white cardstock, basic white, I'm going to take, and all of these measurements will be on my web page, my blog today, so you can go check it out. And I'm going to take and cut a piece of 2-inch, and we are going to cut it at 7. And I'm going to take my other cutter because I broke that one. I had the wrong Stampin' Trimmer out. Okay, so it's 7 inches, 7 by 2. We're going to take and we are going to fold that in half. So it is 3.5. And my bone folder. All right, so that's going to fit nicely right on that little edge, and that early espresso is going to be 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. All right, and we want it to open this way, and so we're going to decorate that. And on my blog post, probably within the last couple of weeks, I did an entry where we used the baby wipes technique, and we're going to do that again. I think it lends itself really nicely for fall colors and fall leaves. So we're going to take the cherry cobbler, and I'm going to put a line on a baby wipe, and I just use the thin Stampin' containers. That's not what they're called. I'm blanking right now on what it's called. And I'm going to take the pumpkin pie next, and I'm going to take the crushed curry, and those will eventually bleed together. And so I'm going to take the really pretty leaf from the Gorgeous Leaves stamp set, and I'm going to use the maple leaf. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp and push those colors all together. And you get a really pretty color gradient on that leaf. And then I'm going to take from Peaceful Moments, and I'm going to take 2 sentiments, one called You Shouldn't Have, but I'm Glad You Did, and the Thank You sentiment. So I'm going to take put those on my clear blocks. And we're going to take the early espresso color, and I'm going to stamp right there and on the inside. Then we're going to attach that with my stamp and seal. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach it to the card. And so I'm going to place it here, and I'm going to shift that into place so that this opening is the catch for that. And that's how I want it to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the stamp and seal on the back once I know where I want it. I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to make sure it's straight before I press it down. And I'm going to open that up, make sure it's where I want it. And I'm also going to take, and I should have done this before, but I decided that's a little plain for my liking. So I'm going to take that baby wipe pad that I made, and I'm going to take the background stamp, and I'm going to stamp off and then stamp so it gives it a little bit of color. And then that's a little plain. So I took the die cut set from the Gorgeous Leaves, and let me show you some of those. So there are sets that dies that cut out the image, and there are also dies that actually cut out intricate leaves. So I've pre-cut those out, and I cut some out of Cajun Craze and crushed curry, and then I took our Bedazzling free paper from Celebration, and I cut out the maple leaf. And then I'm going to take some not pop-up dots. I'm going to take some glue dots. These are ones I had left over from a paper pumpkin, so I'm trying to use them up. Make sure you have them on the wrong side. And you want to make sure that you have them. You only want to have the glue dots here. And so it'll be opposite of where you think. All right, so I'm going to roll that up a little so you don't see it. I want to put this one on first. And I'm going to overlap it just a little so that when you tuck that card in, it'll have something to hold it shut. And I'm going to put this angled here, and one last one right below. And then I'm going to take some basic rhinestone jewels and I am almost out of my sticky stuff. I need to replace. This is replaceable on this tool. So when you run out of the sticky stuff, and there you go. It's my Fun Fold flap card. Tucks in there. Tucked flap Fun Fold card for you today for the fall. Here it is in Cajun Craze and some different colors for the baby wipe technique. I hope you enjoyed that, and please feel free to message me down below if you have any recommendations for things you would like to see. I will talk to you all soon. Have a great day.